Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration by world-leading motivational speaker, author, and coach, Mr. Les Brown. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and I will be your host tonight. Excited that you are joining us. Those who are calling in for the first time, we welcome you, and we invite you to stay connected and come back again. And to all of our faithful listeners and supporters, we truly appreciate your voice, your presence, and your support of Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call. Today is Monday, the 2nd of November, the very first Monday in the month of November 2015, and it is definitely a privilege and a pleasure to greet you all tonight. So as you know, Mr. Brown has been traveling the world, and I've been on a few of those stops with him. It's been an exciting and remarkable time, and he sends his love and regards to each and every one of you. And I'm charged tonight with just giving you a little bit of a recap of what's been going on as Mr. Brown has been traveling, as well as thanking all of our listeners from the UK, from South Africa, from Brazil, from Netherlands, from all over the world, literally, that showed up to support Althea Grant bringing Les Brown to London. It was an amazing event when he stepped out, and he didn't even speak it, ladies and gentlemen. He just came out the door with security, and the crowd went wild. He was so overwhelmed and touched by the support by some of you who are even on this call tonight, who made it possible to arrive and be there to see Les Brown in London. I was definitely humbled to be a part of the contingent that was there and to present to an audience, and I really want to talk to you tonight about the urgency of now, how to win now, because people are getting into holiday mode in some parts of the world, right? The holidays in the United States are coming up, and folks have reconditioned their minds to feel that it's over. You know, I went into the bank today, and one of the tellers, just in casual conversation, was saying that, oh, the year is over. I just mentioned, wow, it's the first Monday in November, and I'm all excited. And she was like, oh, the year is over. She tried to kill my joy, but I didn't let it happen, because those of us on this call, those of us who tune in each and every week, understand that we're cut from a different cloth. We understand that our connection goes deeper than most, that we know that it's not about sitting back casually and going through life, but really staying focused on living our dreams, as Mr. Brown tells us all the time. He's provided this platform as a way to pour into you when he's live, or he trusts his platinum speakers to be here to deliver a message, to give you content, to fire you up and keep you focused on living your dreams. So now is not the time to sit back and start pulling out the recipes for eggnog, apple pies, and sweet potato casserole. Now is the time to really dig our heels in and to get focused on winning now, finishing strong for 2015. And I must say that I was so encouraged by the response that Mr. Brown and myself and Dr. Julie Van Putten and Althea Grant and all of those who were in London received, because this audience was serious, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't come to play. They came because they wanted to get information. They came because they were tired of the same old stuff, doing the same old thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Because after all, haven't we learned that that is the definition of insanity, when you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result? Well, when we stepped foot in the UK, the energy in the room, it was electrifying. It was almost as if I could just break a piece of it off and eat it like candy. I mean, it was just so intoxicating, because people came charged up to hear Mr. Brown live, to be able to learn from him, and to experience a space and time that we'll never be able to get back again. See, they came because they were hungry for their dreams. And I want to share a story about a young lady that we met there that totally impressed me. When I think about some of the things that I'm tempted to complain about on a day-to-day basis. And if you, I don't know if you can relate to that. When you wake up in the morning, you have an idea of what your day is, and my suggestion to you is to always start the day with an intention, and that intention is for it to be a good day. And even when you make the intention, you can have a little interruption. And those interruptions can spiral out of control if we don't remain consistently focused on our dreams, on winning now, on finishing strong. And when I met this young lady, I said, whoa, wow, Stacey, you have to reevaluate every time you've complained or you've thought about an inconvenience, and if you would have the same drive as this young woman. Her name was Fatou Camara. She lived in France, or I should say lived in France. And she found out that Les Brown was coming to London on Friday night. Her sister knew that she had a dream, like some of us on this call and listening, and some of the voices that we hear, and you have passionate stories. And the gentleman that just called in tonight said, I'm a motivational speaker. I've been following Les Brown. I've been listening to the videos, and I want to hear something for myself about what he's doing and maybe how I can use it to impact the work that I'm doing. And she was that person. She has a voice. She has a story. She's been working on developing a business and being a voice for her community. And her sister knew that, and she tagged her in a Facebook post. Now, those who are not familiar with social media, Facebook is one of the ways that we communicate now. It's just a new reality that social media has taken the place of dead, but technology shall not have us undone tonight. So if you are still in the sound of my voice and you can hear this message, I am going to continue on, and I appreciate those who are trying to let me know, my Platinum family, what was happening with the line. But Fatou, I hope you heard my story of this young woman, the courage it took for her to live her dreams, to focus on not the obstacles of traveling 8 hours, not the fact that she had to find the money to invest in the event, not the fact that she would be traveling by herself, but that she was going to have an opportunity to meet Mr. Brown, to hear the information that she needed in order to expand her goals and her dreams, the very thing that she'd been waiting for, the very thing that she'd been asking for, the very thing that she was seeking. And even though she received the information less than 24 hours from when the event was happening, she didn't make an excuse. She decided that it was time for her to step out on faith and live her dreams. And as a result of that, she got a chance to come backstage. I brought her back, and Dr. Julie Van Putten, Les Brown, and myself, we interviewed her live, let her talk about what her passions and her goals are. And we're going to be able to follow up with her and pour into her life and help her expand the very dream that she's been nurturing, that she's been holding. And I don't know what dream you have. I don't know what you've been nurturing. I don't know what you've been holding on to. Maybe it's launching your business like Fatou, or maybe it's the dream relationship that you've been waiting for, to create a family. Maybe it's a piece of real estate that you want to invest in. Maybe it's creating your first product or program. I'm not sure what that dream is, but my message to you tonight is to understand that as we start this second to last month of 2015, it's important for us to focus our minds on the win. Focus our minds on what we can do now to ensure our positioning, to focus our minds on the fact that quitting is not an option, on the fact that when life shows up, we have to be prepared to plow through whatever is happening, whatever is coming forth, whatever is trying to steal from you your joy, your dreams, your goal. See, I met another woman while I was there, and we were talking backstage, and she was just so excited about the opportunity to meet Mr. Brown and to talk to all of us who had presented. And she said, you know, Dr. Stacey, I want to talk directly to you and Mr. Brown because I can't do a group program right now. I need to invest at a higher level. I need one-on-one time. I need to sit and really focus on expanding my platform. She's a member or the president of the National Speakers Association in London, and she's been speaking and training and meeting wonderful people. But she said there's a shift. There's only one person. There's only one person that I wanted to meet, that I wanted to hear from, and he came to London today. And I know that as a result of this, I'll be able to go back and empower my audience, empower those that I work with. And I asked her a little bit more about herself. And do you know that with all she's doing, she's fighting back from having a traumatic brain injury that she was able to survive. And she said because of that, she doesn't take life for granted. She doesn't make excuses as to why she can't do. She doesn't put off for tomorrow what she can do today. She is focused on finishing strong for 2015 because she knows the plans she has in store for next year. It made me think, ladies and gentlemen. It made me think about the level of intensity that I am moving towards my goals and my dreams. It made me think about the level of discipline that we all can adjust in order to seize from life what we're looking for. If you are able to write, if you have a pen or a paper right now, and you can just jot down a word or two, I want to share something with you. I want you to ask yourself a question and put this down on paper so that you can review it, you can digest it, you can sit with it. Am I in the position to avoid living my dreams now? Am I in the position to avoid living my dreams now? Deep question. Are you in that position? Are you able to avoid living your dreams now? Or are you ready to start pursuing a different level of intensity? Even if you're where you want to be November 2nd, 2015, there's still opportunity to grow. Even if you've accomplished majority of your goals that you wanted to accomplish for 2015, there's still room for growth. Even if you check the box on the majority of your to-do list, there's still more to grow. But are you in that position to avoid living your dreams? Are you in a position that you have the luxury to say, the year's over? Dr. Stacy, it was a good run, but it's done now. I'll try again next year. Can you afford to do that? Can you afford not to change the trajectory of this year by focusing in on what you have called to become your mission, vision, dream, and goal in life? Can you afford to casually move through the next couple of weeks without deliberately, with intention, with a desire to win, accomplish your goals? Is that where you are now? That one question, can you afford to avoid living your dreams? And when I think about Fatu, when I think about Nikki, when I think about the hundreds of individuals who came into that room in London, who were listening to every word that we shared, who were able to almost repeat word for word when Les Brown shared his story about being a disc jockey and not taking no for an answer, not taking we're not hiring for an answer, not taking young man, didn't I tell you we didn't have any jobs? Yes, sir. But I thought somebody might have been fired or died and you might be looking for someone else. To have that audacity to keep pursuing your goal day after day, moment after moment, when opposition hits, when naysayers hit, when everything around you might not seem logical, but your spirit deep down in your belly, in your soul, you know this is your time. Just like Fatu, who realized that if she would just board that bus, if she was willing to take a trip 8 hours long, that it could possibly change her life, that she could connect with the individuals that were doing the very thing that she wanted to do, that she could get the training, she could get the information, she could plug into a different paradigm than she knew. And paradigm is just the way we look at the world, the way we look at our goals and dreams, the way we look at executing what we've been given. See, Fatu knew that as much as she listened to Les Brown, as much as she admired the work, that he couldn't do her job for her. Les Brown can't live her dream. Les Brown can't live your dream. Les Brown can't live my dream. But Les Brown, Dr. Reuben West, Dwight Player, Wade Randolph, myself, all the voices you hear, we're here to remind you of the very thing that you know and equip you with the resources to not take no for an answer and to live your dreams with the sense of urgency now. Tonight, I want you to focus on not just the inspiration you get when you tune into this Monday night call, not just the inspiration you receive when you follow Les Brown on Facebook, not just the inspiration you receive when you do a YouTube video, not just the inspiration you receive when you read the books that have been published, but what are you going to do tonight? That's my question that I challenge myself with daily. What are you going to do, Stacy? What are you going to do differently? How are you going to show up more? How are you going to strengthen your discipline? How are you going to commit to finishing strong? How does that show up in your behavior? How does that show up in your language? How does that show up in the work that you do daily? Those are the questions that I started asking myself again and again as a result of expanding this platform, being blessed to work with Les Brown, working with the platinum speakers, meeting people like Fatu. How can I challenge myself to step up my game? How can I challenge myself to go a little harder? Maybe sleep a little shorter so that you can do the things today others won't do, so that you can have the things tomorrow others won't have. That's the focus tonight, not just the inspiration, but as I teach in my Destiny Designers University, it's about graduating to that next best version of yourself by turning inspiration into results. What are the results we're seeking in 2015? What are results that we're going to accomplish because we've shifted into a zone of unstoppable work, because we've shifted into a zone of living our dreams now, because we've shifted into a place where excuses aren't allowed, because we've shifted into a place where negative people can't abide, because we've shifted into a place where we realize the genuine in us is listening and calling out to the genuine inside of Mr. Brown, inside of myself, inside of the platinum speakers that you hear that resonate with your spirit, that deep down in your soul, you are no longer going to move casually towards your goals and your dreams, but you're going to act with the urgency of now. In the UK, they got it. They were ready. They've been emailing and moving and getting ready to involve their family, friends, all of those around them that are focused on the same thing and building an awesome community of achievers out there. They got it. And they reminded me about why it's important for each of us to get it daily. Fatu, I can see her face as I'm talking to you now. I could feel her hands trembling and shaking when I told her that I was bringing her back to meet Mr. Brown. When she shared that story of what she's been doing without a lot of support, not a lot of people believing in what she wants to do, but she held that vision close to her heart. She held her dreams. She nurtured them, and she stepped out on faith. And as a result of that, her life will never be the same. I invite you to step out on faith tonight, to go a little harder, to go a little further, to be determined to make 2015 finish better than we started it, to make 2015 a decidedly different year than you've had before, to make 2015 the jumping block, the benchmark, the point at which your entire life changes because of the decisions that you make in the end of this quarter, because of the decision that you make to stand and know that this is your time, that the investment in you is the best investment that you can make, and it will never return void if you do the work. The UK was awesome. And I know Dr. Ruben West shared an amazing message last week. But all of our words, all of our work, all of our actions will be in vain if you don't seize the moment and opportunity to reflect and to act and to decide today it's your time to win. I really hope that you were able to hear the whole message. I know there were some technical challenges, but technical challenges will never stop me. And I want you to please connect with Mr. Brown on Facebook. Brown.less, that's Brown.less. You'll be able to hear his messages that he shares on video on his Facebook page, as well as the written word that can inspire you daily. You can go to lesbrown.com to get additional information on where he will be live. He will be doing a training in LA on November 20th. So those of you who are in the area and on the West Coast, this is your opportunity to see Mr. Brown live. And then he will be in Orlando the beginning of January for another special training with the First Family of Motivation. So just go to lesbrown.com to get more information about that. And then he will also be in Topeka, Kansas. For those of you in the Midwest, this is Les Brown's first time in Kansas. And Dr. Ruben West and myself and Roland Manny will be there for a special event, dinnerwithles.com. That's dinnerwithles.com. Tickets are selling out fast. Its news has gotten through the papers. Everybody is excited about what's going to happen in Kansas, and I am getting my ruby red slippers. So if you want to see him in the Midwest, make sure you go to dinnerwithles.com. We'll also be having a special announcement with something that will allow you to keep Mr. Brown with you on a daily basis. So stay tuned to our Monday night call for that announcement and on Les Brown's Facebook page. We look forward to hearing your stories of triumph, to hearing the things that you are doing differently, to hear how you plan to win in 2015. There's still 2 months left. There's still time ahead. So don't quit before your blessing. Keep moving and don't stop. And I will open up the call just to see if you were able to stay on and capture the message tonight. And we look forward to our new callers joining us again, as well as our faithful listeners being a part of this community. And to those listening in from the UK, it's pretty late out there, but we appreciate you staying up, being a part, for the warm welcome, and for the examples of the kind of courage it takes to live your dreams. Stand by, everyone.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
Okay, you can press *6 to unmute your lines. It looks like the lines are still open and folks are still there, so the devil is a lie. We are able to communicate. So who is still out there?
Hey, Dr. Stacy, this is Stephanie Blue calling from Yonkers. And on the call again, and just, still holding on, girl.
Awesome, Stephanie. So good to hear your voice, and I'm glad that you were able to join us and get something from the message tonight. Hold on and don't quit. the
All
best
right,
you
Hi,
now.
good evening, Dr. Stacy. This is Lorraine from Jacksonville, Florida. Where can we get to listen to the recorded messages?
Well, you can send me an email at info@destinydesignersuniversity.com. So that's all one long word, destinydesignersuniversity.com. And if anyone is interested in getting a special program I did with Mr. Les, How to Win Now, that's on the website as well. But it's info@destinydesignersuniversity.com.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Dr. Grant, this is Melissa Page in Richmond, Virginia. How are you this evening?
Thank you, Melissa Page. Great to hear your voice tonight. I am great and grateful.
Wonderful. I am so glad that I stayed on this call to hear your voice again and the story that you share with us about the woman in the UK. And I just wanted to say something about the question that you're asking us to impose on ourselves, which is, am I in the position to avoid living my dreams now? And the question to that is no. I am not in the position to avoid living my dreams now. No, I'm not. And the other thing, and I was taking notes, and you said execute what you've been given. And when I think about that sentence, I think about, okay, so what are the gifts and talents and visions that I've been given, and how do I plan to execute those? I think that was a very excellent point, so thank you for that. Sorry, I missed you last week. I was at a mentor's appreciation celebration with an organization called Concerned Black Men National. So I missed the West presentation, but I'm glad I'm on tonight. So thank you for presenting. And one last thing, it says don't take no for an answer and challenge yourself to step up your game. And I'm ready to step up my game, Dr. Grant. I really am.
Awesome. I want you to send me an email, and I will let you know about a program that we're going to be doing in November. It's going to be an intensive. For those that really want to step up their game, we're going to get it done. We're going hard and strong all the way until December 31st. So just shoot me an email, and I'll make sure my team gives you the information, okay? info@destinydesignersuniversity.com.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is who? Hello, my brother. I can't hear you clearly. Say your name for me one more time, please.
It's Ralph June from Chicago, the speaker. I stayed online, and I just wanted to say, Dr. Grant, that was a really beautiful message, and I'm definitely going to be staying on this call from now on.
Oh, Ralph, thank you so much for staying on and for sharing that. And I would love to hear more about what you're doing. So please shoot me an email. We're a community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships. That's what Mr. Brown has built. That's what he tells us constantly over and over again. We can't do this thing called life alone. So connecting to one another allows us to execute our greatness. So thank you so much. That meant a lot for me for you to hang on and to let me know that. Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you. I'll send you an email.
Awesome. Awesome. Anyone else before we wrap up? I have to go
Yes,
on the
Stacy, it's Ray again.
Hi, Ray. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I had a setback, and I'm in physical rehab again because I got real anemic and stuff. Never mind, I have rheumatoid, so.
Wow, Ray. Well, Ray, I want to congratulate you for keep pushing forward, and you always tune in, and you're willing to get the information. So, Ray, I want to give you my number. I know you're not on email, but call me in the office, and we can have a conversation because I'm so excited to know that you don't let challenges get you down. You don't let any physical limitations get you down. You keep moving, Ray, and you're an inspiration. So I'm going to give you my office number, and you can call me, and we can have a conversation, okay?
Right, with. Could you
It's 718.
message on Facebook, please?
If you go to my community, I'll put it in there, okay?
If I do what?
On Facebook, I'll send you a message on Facebook, Ray.
Okay.
Just send me a friend request, and I'll reply to you, okay? Because
Well, I
think
am on your friends list. I am on your friends.
Oh, you are, so I'll find you, Ray, and I'll send you the office number, okay?
Thank you. And I also want to say one more quick thing. When y'all go to the UK, I lived over there for 10 years. And I know some of the good places, like the Orkney Islands. I mean, they north of the mainland and south of the Shetlands. But this amazing place with amazing history and wonderful people.
Awesome. Well, Ray, you have to inbox me that information because we'll be going back to the UK. So thank you so much.
Okay, there's a Stone Age village over there, too, that's still intact.
Oh. Okay, thank you so much, Ray, because somebody else is trying to get through, and I want to give them a chance before I close down the call.
I can talk forever, you know. Are you going to tell me how to download VCRs?
Well, we'll do that discussion on Facebook because someone else is waiting to talk. Okay, Ray?
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Right. That's okay. You're welcome,
God bless.
God bless you.
Hi, Dr. Stacy. This is Diane from the Poconos.
Hey, Diane from the Poconos, my Diane Antley. How you doing, babe?
I'm good. I just wanted to say a very quick hello to everybody and to you, and thank you for taking over for Mr. Les Brown this evening. We love hearing from you when Mr. Brown is not around.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support and for always being here and, you know, for your voice that you are sharing with the world. So it's great to have you on, and, you know, I'll be transparent. You are one of my masterminds, but you are phenomenal, and I'm just excited about what you're doing in the world. So thank you for supporting Mr. Brown always, and he's looking forward to meeting you.
I'm looking forward to meeting him.
All right, Diane. And I heard two other voices before I close out the call. If you press *6, you'll be able to come through.
Hi, Dr. Stacy. This is Yvonne.
Yvonne, how are you?
Doctor.
Great to hear
I'm
your
wonderful.
voice.
Good to hear your voice. Dr. Stacy, I just want to share with you and all the listeners that I met you, it was in August I met you, and I approached you and talked to you, and I told you I have greatness in me, and I've always known that. But at that same event where I met you, I also approached someone from the local DMV area and asked them how could I volunteer my services to be on their team. And so funny that he said, you know, it's funny you asked, I'm just about to form a team to expand my business. And I joined his team, and that was August. And this past weekend, 2 weekends ago, I guess now, I actually hosted. I was the MC of his event that he had. So I shared that with that. Yeah, so I told you I'm doing my work. I approached you also because I wanted to be a part of your team. But I know where my life is right now. I can't commit the time that it will require. But I am over here.
Right.
And I just want to share with your listeners that you have not because you asked not. If you want it, it's there for you. You just have to go and approach the people. You have to go out there and you have the thought, and now put the thought into action and make it happen. So I'm
so proud of you.
Yes, I want to share that with you and your listeners.
Awesome. Well, Yvonne, keep up the great work. I'm excited for you. That's what it's about. That's what I want to hear. Not that just folks are inspired. What are you doing? Where's the action? So that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Stacy.
You are welcome. All right, I think we are going to have to close down. I didn't realize the time is going, and I do have another call. I think one other person unmuted, so I will honor that before I shut down the call. But remember to connect with Mr. Brown on Facebook, brown.les. That's brown.les. LesBrown.com. If you want to connect with me, it's DestinyDesignersUniversity.com. Whose voice is that I hear? Now, that might have been somebody that was unmuted. So that's it for now. That's all she wrote. The pencil is broke, as they would say. It's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege, as my mentor, Mr. Brown, would say. This is Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. Enjoy your week. Make it a great day and go out there and live your dreams. Bye for now.